Hi there, today is Wednesday the 10th of January 2018 and I'm happy to tell you that it's a much nicer day than it was yesterday. Yesterday was one of those horrible, bleak, gloomy, cold winter days and it seemed like the whole world was in black and white, if you know what I mean. Took the dog for a walk, there was nobody around, freezing cold. Anyway, woken up this morning, it's another day. I'm feeling a lot happier today than I was yesterday. Sun shining, and I'm going to show you a little bit of DADGAD playing on my guitar. This is a bit of an experiment, so you have to let me know what you think of this. I'm using a much better sound system. I'm recording it on this Neumann TLM 103 mic that I've had for a long while, probably about 12 years. I used to use Neumann mics in the studio back in the day, the big ones. Can't remember the model number, but anyway, you know, the really big ones. And I bought this and it's been a great mic, and I'm using it in conjunction. I'm not sure if you can see this, but it's a TC Electronic Studio Connect 48 interface, which is brilliant. It has been a bit problematic over the years. I've had that for about 10 years. I've had about 3 or 4 of them in that time because it does have a habit of breaking. It's got 4 mic inputs. It's digital, it's MIDI, so it's a really good portal, if you like, to my computer, this MacBook Pro, which is late 14, and I'm running just a very simple program called Sound Studio, which is absolutely fine for recording just a basic audio track in stereo, although this is kind of full stereo because I'm feeding this mic into both the channels. That's all the kind of geeky stuff. If you're interested in that, if you're not, I apologise. My guitar here is a Martin 000-28EC, and the EC stands for Eric Clapton. This is his Eric Clapton signature model. A little bit of a story to this. I bought this guitar in 2005 after I saw Alan Taylor playing a Martin down at my local folk club, which is the Hoy Anchor. I have a little bit of history with Alan Taylor. Way back in about 1974, I knew a guy called Brian Golby, who was a really brilliant fiddler, guitarist, songwriter, and a sort of stalwart of the English country scene, although I'd have called him more of a folk artist. And he was very friendly with Alan Taylor, who then was a recording artist for United Artists, kind of a breaking singer-songwriter. They were forming a band. And Brian said to me, why don't you come down and audition for this band? And so I went down to Alan Taylor's house, and I believe it was in Surrey. This is a long while ago. He got his wife there and a couple of small children. And, you know, I played my lead guitar, the style that I do. And the next day I got a phone call from Alan saying they'd like me to join the band. Well, at that point, I was in a band called Tomahawk, and we just got a recording contract in the last sort of few days just prior to that. And I kind of weighed it up and I thought, do you know what, I think I'm going to stick with what I've got. I'll stay with Tomahawk. And so I turned them down, which proved to be a silly thing because they formed a band called Cajun Moon. I think they had a couple of albums. I don't think they were mega successful, but the album that I recorded with Tomahawk sadly never came out. So I didn't see Alan until, probably 30 years later. As I say, at the folk club, he did a song which I loved called My Father's Room. And if you haven't heard that, check that out. Alan Taylor, I think it's with 2 L's, My Father's Room. It's a beautiful song. I asked him to play it for me when I saw him in 2005, and he did. He's a really brilliant guitarist and songwriter. So if you don't know him, he's not that well known, I guess. He's pretty well known in the folk circuit. Check him out. He's excellent. Pause for a cup of tea. Very English. I don't know how you like your tea. I'm a bit of a one for strong tea with sugar, which is really bad, I know, and biscuits. Something I inherited from my mum. She kind of lived on tea and biscuits, bless her, and I guess I do to a certain extent as well. So I need to find a plectrum. Here we go. There's one here. So DADGAD, I mean, there are loads of videos on YouTube about DADGAD, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's where you tune your guitar to these notes: D, A, D, that's the DAD, and G, A, D, that's the GAD, DADGAD. So from normal tuning, you tune your low E down to D, you leave your A, D and G strings alone. You tune your B string down to A and your high-pitched E string down to D. So it's very much a D tuning. It's like a D sus4, D with an added A. And if you want to turn that into a D chord, then you simply put your finger behind the second fret of the G string, and that is a D chord. So you have D, A, D, A, same note, and D. So all D's and A's. So it's basically a D5 chord. There's no third. There is no F sharp in that. If you want an F sharp, it's there on the D string, 4th fret. That's more of a conventional D major. I'm not going to go into the whys and wherefores of DADGAD, just to say, if you're a bit fed up with your guitar playing, a bit fed up with wrestling all those horrid B flat chords and F chords and bar chords and what have you, DADGAD is brilliant. The whole thing has a lovely free flowing open feel to it. Lots of lovely chords. I will show you this chord which I discovered. Basically, if you're a normal guitarist, you'll know this as an A minor 7th, but of course with this tuning it's actually not A minor 7th, it's G minor 6th, which is, on conventional tuning, it's a horrible kind of bar chord thing, but here it's really nice, isn't it? Anyway, I've been messing around with the sequence with a view to writing a song, and the words are kind of coming slowly, but I just thought I'd show this to you. I've got to remember to turn my mic down before I start playing, because it won't take the level of me strumming. So this will be a bit rough and ready, but it is a chord sequence, and I'll try and play it through a couple of times for you for a song that I'm writing in this lovely DADGAD tuning. So I hope you enjoy it. So there we are. It's early days with this, as you probably noticed, and I fluffed the harmonic bit the second time around, but never mind. It's a lovely sound, isn't it? I have been contemplating buying a 12-string guitar, and I'm a little bit unsure about what to do on this. A lot of people tell me that the 12-string doesn't work too well with DADGAD, although there are lots of videos of people playing a 12-string tuned to DADGAD, and it sounds okay to me, but apparently there are quite a few tuning issues. Down at my local music store there is a Martin 12-string for sale. In fact, I've got a couple of them, and it's one of the sort of the cheaper Stratobond neck versions, and it's not new, it's second-hand, but in good condition. I tried it the other day in conventional tuning. It sounded really nice, but maybe it's something that I need to go down. I'm sure they'll be very happy for me to go down there and try it out in the DADGAD tuning. Anyway, I hope you like this video. It's a bit of a different one. Hopefully the sound quality is better. Usually I use a little Roland sound recorder, which is pretty good, but you can't really monitor the input level. You can't change it particularly. You can only have it on low input or high. This video is filmed on 3 cameras. I've got a Hero 4 GoPro right in front of me here, getting the wide shot, and a couple of cheapy Panasonic cameras on the sides here. I don't want to go too crazy with the cameras because, you know, in the end you're spending so much money on gear that it kind of, you know, kills the joy of it for me, and I'm not earning sort of any real money out of this, so it's just for fun and hopefully for your enjoyment. I tend to put something up on YouTube most days, so if you want to get a notification of when I do that, then click that bell icon and you'll receive that as an email. Please press the like button if you did like the video. Let me know if you did, and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't done so already. If you have, then thank you very much. It's also lovely to hear from you. I get lots of emails each week from people out there all around the world, and it's great to hear from you. If you want to get in touch, you can find my website, and the address is on your screen now, and you can also get in touch via YouTube. Thank you very much for watching this video, and you'll see me in the next one.